Hello everyone. Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Promise Me You'll Live. In the last playthrough, we have met our love interest, and he is quite weird indeed, as he is still alive and not one of our usual petitioners. He is also giving us some kind of small little promises for us to return, and that's a bit different than the usual. We are trying to get him to make more bigger, more dangerous promises, since our boss seems to have an eye on him. But we'll see what will happen. Though I don't hope that he will make bigger promises, even though our boss wishes for that. Anyway, let's start. So I breathe, yet am not alive. My legs are never of love. The more you feed me, the hungrier I become. Okay, breathe. Legs. So is that fire or is that like candle? Let's check the hint. Let's see. Gives life but can destroy. Gives life but can destroy. Okay, let's check the fire. Yes, it is fire. Gotcha. Oh, RE. So we have URE. There's a lot of RE here. Not sure how to put that all together. You don't get the full information you're used to. Usually, you can follow someone from their promise through the end. But with Jazz, you only know a small part of what comes next. You know that he will keep his promise. You know that it also wants to do what it was intended to do. He won't trip or hurt himself. There will be no catastrophe to drive him to a more drastic deal, or even better, to becoming a true petitioner. You know, don't you? You know that I won't break my promise. You don't answer him. You don't have to. All you need to do is get him to come back. You know, I can almost see that foul face you're making at me. Your eyebrows shoot up. The shadows that wrap around your devil form obscure all sight. You can't even see past them to the true shape of your own hands. How could he see your expression? He looks so damn smug, you wish you couldn't see his. Are you here every night? Yes, I am. You have no idea how to conduct yourself. Petitioners are supposed to leave after an exchange of promises, and yet once again, Chess remains directly in place, as if the crossroad is the only place he wants to be. Perhaps this is why your boss usually dislikes dealing with the living so much. They linger. You don't really like talking, do you? I'm not here to talk. I'm here to conduct business, and we have conducted ours for the time being. That is wildly rude. It is not. It's just the truth. I don't understand why you keep hanging around here. You can feel your boss bristling behind you. Something about Chess provokes him so forcefully that you can feel it, like electricity acting from an unknown source to you. And there, Chess stands, completely oblivious to how his mere existence sets your boss into a blind rage. The presence of your boss gets closer and closer until you can't shake the feeling that he's leaning over you to snarl in Jess's face. He can't touch Jess, of course, not without the right promise, which is partly why he's so frustrated. But you've made a promise to your boss. You fall under his influence. Fear rips through your chest, sudden and uncontrolled. It clouds your mind, and only one thought makes it through. Get Cath away. Get Cath away. Now. I have other business to conduct, and you're in the way. You need to leave. The words fly from your mouth before your mind catches up and are disproportionately harsh, but you can't bother yourself with his feelings right now. Okay. His agreement is surprising. It's more than surprising. It's out of character. But you don't worry about questioning it right now. It's just not a time. See you tomorrow. See you? Wait, what? Your boss' presence becomes a physical force against your back, towering over you. You know, if you were to turn around right now, there would be nothing but a wide open road leading into the distance, but this knowledge doesn't make you feel better. On the contrary, you feel much, much worse. You can't see him, you can't touch him, but the rake of his claws, sharper than a razor, down the side of your neck are all you need to know that he can absolutely touch you. You let him leave again. He'll come back. I grow tired of that answer. I do not care that he comes back. I care that he leaves. You've never been so relieved to see a petitioner. Your boss' presence dissipates in the breeze, as if he'll never been more than a heavy fog in the first place. If you can collect on this spirit, maybe you can get a little breathing room. You'll give anything for just a little breathing room. What's your name?
Arnold, who are you? What's happening?
You're dying, Arnold. As we speak, your body is failing you, and you are dying, but you have an opportunity. You are at a crossroads, and I deal in promises. I
get it.
Your eyebrows raise, practically kissing your hairline. Oh, you do?
Yeah, not too long ago. I was pretty important too. Barely a few minutes ago, I was the strongest boss in one of the most widespread criminal organizations in the country. I know a negotiation when I see one.
I see. Arnold laughs. It's a strange sound from a spirit. A raspy, windy sound that seems like it would be painful to make.
I'm not gonna be bashful about it here. Who cares here? Only you. And there's only one part of that you need to care about. And that's why I know how to negotiate a deal. So let's negotiate.
You don't know how to react to this petitioner. This is not the easy win you've been hoping for, but it does feel doable.
No, what kinds of things do you do in?
I deal in promises and second chances. You watch the man grow uncomfortable. The confidence isn't genuine, it's put on, and it wavered in the face of the notion of second chances. Tell me what it is you need, Arnold. I will make you a promise, and then you will make me one in return, as long as we both keep our promises.
Yeah, I get it. I get the idea. But what I need is to go back. I was in the middle of so much. I had projects blossoming, and I had new neighborhoods coming under my control. I had.
Arnold's voice cracks, and when he starts talking again, he almost sounds teary.
I had Paul.
Who's Paul?
My husband, a son. He waited while I went up through the ranks to even get married. Then we finally get married, and nothing changed. I still worked day and night. I still strolled around. I wasn't the husband he deserved. Hell, I wasn't the husband anyone deserves. You telling me I could get another chance with him?
His business is unfinished. Do you send him back? These choices are a bit different. You must give him a deal. Boss is watching. He can have 1 more year, but he must spend it righting the wrongs of his organization. Offer him a promise that he can live out the rest of his days with his husband, but must confess his adultery. What is deal though? I am curious because it's not clear. This first choice is also good too. Let's test this first. It's not doing. Oh, this was supposed to be the choice to reject the deal. Okay, so first one. I can promise you the rest of your days with your husband. You will live as long as he does, so you may grow old together if that is what you wish. But in return, you must promise me that you will confess to your adultery.
Hey, no, that's not why I told you.
I would have known whether you told me or not, or no. And is that not part of the message here? Poetic, I think. You say you want to be a better husband, the one he deserves. That begins with honesty.
There has to be something else. I have money. I can.
You either live the rest of your life with a longer life, or you live only 1 year with his husband. But I guess he would prefer that rather than this, I guess. Oh well.
There has to be something else. I have money. I can.
I don't care about money, Arnold. I care about promises. And what comes next? You are what we may call a risky investment. You already broke your promises. So this is my offer. You may take it, or you may go. Arnold agrees.
I promise.
Okay, he still takes it. Let's see what the results of this. What costs more than life and less than air, defies death and humbles the gods? Costs more than life and less than air, defies death and humbles the gods. Okay, this is so poetic. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, there's no hint. More than life, less than air. Okay, I have no idea. How about the answer? Try that. Nodding. I suppose. Life is most important after all. If it concerns nodding, huh? I guess the hint is nothing. ... Oh, it doesn't say anything else in that. So are you? You feel the moment that Arnold tells Paul the truth. He does not try to escape his fate. He does not make excuses, and Paul is devastated. You know Paul sees him differently. The man he thought could be bad to many, but never to him. It is not the relationship he thought they had. He will withdraw from honor. He can't help it. He cannot look at him most days. He most certainly won't be able to touch him or speak with him. Arnold had thought he'll know loneliness, but no, he will know true loneliness. Still, he will stay. He cannot leave Paul. He will throw himself into acts of charity and goodness, trying to forge himself into the version of himself Paul always saw and believed him. His regrets will consume him, but he'll try to build something of them anyway. Arnold cannot bear to leave Paul, but finally, 4 years after the revelation of Arnold's affairs, Paul will leave. When he goes, so will Arnold's spirit. The intensity of Arnold and Paul's regrets feel like power in your stomach, a burning weight you do nearly anything to rid yourself of. The regret was one of the most potent, but you don't think you'll come across a petitioner who wasn't filled with it, whose final thoughts were not of the lives they lead, the people they loved, but instead of all the sorrow for what they should have done. They grieved the lives they didn't have instead of the ones they did. You let your head rest in your hands, pressing your cold fingers to your temples. It hurts, but he had done it. He had done the adultery, so it's better if Paul knows the truth than the 1 year. 1 year is cool too. I don't care either way. But I choose the first option since he wants to stay with his husband. And more time with his husband if it works. The 1 year should be also spend time with his husband, but only 1 year. No more, no less. You wish you could sit. You expect to have your time to breathe, take in the night air. But it doesn't matter what you expected, because Chess is already here.
Hey.
Oh. He lets out a laugh, sounding as surprised as you feel.
Did I startle you?
I don't usually have visitors right away, much less ones who are
leaving.
You fight with a smile. It feels stiff on your face, like the muscles aren't used to pushing and pulling in this shape, but it forms nonetheless.
You know, I think this is the clearest I've been able to make out your face so far. I can't see it, but I can almost see the movement of it. I can imagine the face you're making based on that.
It's an odd feeling, being seen. You have questions. You have concerns.
Why are you so covered in shadow like that? Why hide your face?
It wasn't something you thought about, and yet the answer comes easily, like something you've always done. I steal from death. It doesn't like thieves. Wisdom says I keep my face hidden.
Do you ever take it off?
No.
Maybe this is a weird question, but have you seen your face? Do you even know what you look like?
You're about to call him absurd. Of course you know what you look like. Who doesn't know their own face? But then you try to picture it. You try to conjure up the image of your own face, the shape of your eyes, or the color of your skin, the bend of your nose or the bow of your lips. All you can see is shadows, shadows upon shadows, layered around your body like bandages, obscuring everything, and the two curved, sharp horns upon your head. Your eyes hurt, they burn and feel hot, and when you blink to try and ease the discomfort, your eyes feel wet. Why are you here, Jess? Jess' smile is warm and very focused on you for a moment. It's difficult not to look away.
I came to ask for a promise, of course.
You can't help but perk up at that, swinging your attention back towards him. In the back of your mind, you feel the beginning rumblings of your boss paying attention to what's happening at your crossroads. You did?
I did. Do you want to hear what it is?
You're immediately suspicious, but captive audience you are, you concede. What is it you need?
I want you to promise to sit and talk with me this evening.
You stare at him, waiting, because there is no way that he meant that.
I understand that you're going to try and wait me out, but I am in fact being serious.
Let's make a deal.
That is what I once promised to me. Now what can I promise to you in return?
It feels like your throat is closing up. The weight of your boss' presence is coming down on you slowly but surely, pressing you down into the deepest recesses of your mind. Damn it, he's going to force you to take the promise. What was he thinking, offering like that? How reckless, how immeasurably stupid. You scramble for an idea, any idea that would satisfy your boss for the time, but it doesn't end with, you can sit with me and talk, but you have to observe any petitioners who come in. See the process. You cannot interfere or ask questions.
I promise.
You really should be more careful about how you just throw those words around. He lets out a bark of surprised laughter, looking genuinely pleased. You don't know how to take it, so you ignore it. Chess settles himself in the road, legs rolled out before him.
So, tell me about yourself.
You glare at him. No.
This. You can't just say no. You promised to talk to me, have an actual conversation. So now, we talk.
You groan loudly. We can talk about you then.
I already know about me, and that isn't how conversations work.
You groan again.
Let's make a deal.
Fine. How about this? I'll offer you a little miniature game of promises. A game of chance, really.
He pulls a shiny silver coin from his jacket pocket, holding it up for you to see.
I'll flip the coin. You're going to call it in the air. Whoever says gets called has to answer a question.
You glare at him and cross your arms over your chest.
Ready?
No, this is stupid.
Oh, it's
Heads or tails? Well, usually it's... Actually, I'm not sure why, but usually it's easier for just for heads to reach and not tails. For some reason. Maybe it's the way they flipped a coin? Not sure. But I'm going to choose heads.
heads. You have to answer a question. Okay.
This is incredibly dumb.
Is how the game works. You can't argue that, at least.
You groan loudly, but wave a hand at him to go ahead. Fine, go ahead.
I didn't think you'll actually agree.
I am required to uphold my end of all promises.
Required by who?
A very powerful being. That was your question.
If.
You suppress a laugh, turn your head so he won't see the smile on your face. You don't want to encourage this nonsense. Your eyes shift from Chess to the new presence at the crossroads. We have company. Without any additional prompting, Chess withdraws to the grass beside the roots, putting a respectable distance between you both. If you're being honest, you appreciate not having to repeat yourself. Rippling waves of anxious energy emanate from the petitioner, and it begins speaking the moment you turn your attention towards it. Please, you have to help me. This can't be happening. My poor animals. What is your name? The spirit is obviously distressed. It seems ready to unravel into webs of smoke at any moment. The agony of his desperation slowly straightened it, but the moment you begin to speak, you can tell it is trying to focus on you. Lydia, my name is Lydia. And what is it you're looking for, Lydia? What do you need? You can feel Jess asking you, and you can't help but glance his way. You see no sign that he can see the spirit. His eyes never leave you. You wonder if he can hear her. Suddenly, you do not like this promise of his. It doesn't feel so innocent. You've never had to have someone watch while you promise away the souls of the innocent. You find you really don't like the idea of him seeing this side of you. The spirit sways back and forth, side to side, but doesn't have any further outbursts. It is, you think, the most distressed soul you have ever had in your crossroads. I understand that if it's my time, I should go. I do. I'm not afraid of dying. I've had more time than most. It's my animals. They're alone. I've been living off on my own for so long. I don't have anyone anymore. It's just me and them. I can't leave. They'll just never return. They won't understand. And worse, there will be no one to care for them. Lydia lets out a low groan of agony. They'll starve. It's a slow, cruel fate. Please, I need to go back for them. You can take my soul, just give me a chance to find them all good homes. Let me save my loves.
This will be very, very easy.
How will you deal with this petitioner? You want to help her, but you find you don't want your boss to have her. You will accept the terms she presents. They're lopsided, but they're her wishes. You propose a different promise.
Interesting.
Will the different promise be better though? I'll just choose the term she presents. I can promise you this. You will live until all of your animals have new appropriate homes, as long as you avoid another untimely, unusual event. In return, you must promise your soul to the crossroad. This must happen as soon as you return. No matter what happens, your soul will be the payment for your promise. Souls cannot truly weep, but Lydia comes very close. Her gratitude is overwhelming, and it makes you feel slimy, disgusting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I accept. I need you to say the words.
Excellent.
And this should be a good point for a pause in our playthrough right now. We actually have finished 2 petitioners, one petitioner and 1 human. And we moved on to the 3rd petitioner, but we will pause right now. Now that we have been this far, I'm not sure about the choices I have made. One point I really want to follow other petitioners' wishes, but there should be something wrong about it. Like earlier when we paused off, the petitioner is like, they will promise the soul to the crossroads. But what does that mean? Will they become a crossroad keeper like us, or is it something else, like a deal with the devil, like sacrifice the soul for something? Not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of choices in this, and it's hard to choose because you don't know what happens next. And then again, that sucks. But at least we have a little bonding section with Chess, so we talked a little and stuff. That's nice. I still don't know the bolded words after we answer a question, a quiz means. Is it for because there's a different length of the words and it appears here and there, so I'm wondering if the bolded of the word also considers the alphabet, not alphabet, the order of each word in the final word, or is it just in the final word that will be those words in a sense? But for now, I'm not remembering the order at all. Oh dear, I hope it's fine. For now, we have the R, E, and U. That's for now. And then there was one quiz where the answer didn't have any bolded words. It looks like it is correct, but there's no bolded words. So what was it? Anyway, that should be it for Promise Me Your Love. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of the game. Bye bye!